Well, not laughing. Here, what? Podcast.
Yo, yo, what's good? Everybody ready? We live.
Let's go.
Jomo, you froze.
Fruits of all that hard work this season. Down here in the third quarter, it's Gibbs.
Hey, there, dog.
We live, y'all.
Let's go. We
Dumbo
on it. Let's
froze.
Let's
go.
go. He got the call back
Here.
in.
Day of reckoning. Day after reckoning.
Fight
Yeah.
bookie.
What's good?
Right,
So
but
what we starting off with, man? We got a lot to talk about, and we want to make sure, Flight, you gonna time us so we don't go too long. You gonna time it?
we
Anybody got an
good.
iron? Got my phone.
I think we good. I know how to. Our time is on. When we feel like it's
No,
going straight
literally,
a
like a
little bit.
physical timer. We need a physical
Yeah, we
timer.
need a timer.
Like
Mm.
5 minutes.
Yeah, I'll do it on my phone.
Okay, bet.
You want to wait? Let's wait till bro get back in.
Shoot, we got a lot of the rundown. I had the topics being TD Jakes and Diddy. You know, we can run through that quickly. Simone Biles and her man. We can run through that fairly quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, the tank uh, on fire.
I just talked to Mark and King Maine about that last night. I ain't know nothing about
That
Duke on
and
fire.
then of course the last three was the day of reckoning. I think we had a whole section for the undercard, and then Wilder and the Joshua and being the last two topics. So
Okay. All right. So what you want to go ahead and get started on the
I
let's
mean,
bring it
whatever
up.
y'all start with. I mean, we go boxing first. TD Jakes. I mean, what
Nah,
y'all do?
let's finish with boxing. Let's
yeah,
finish
let's
with
finish
Okay.
boxing.
with boxing. So hold on.
Yeah.
All right. All right, I'm about to start it. You said TD Jakes and Diddy. So what? I'm not hip. What happened with TD Jakes? He been
Hey, so
filling up online.
it's a lot. Diddy on fire right now. He's under a lot of
Yeah,
fire,
yeah,
and this is nothing that is new. You know, the rumors of his sexuality. They
right.
labeled actually quite a few people labeled TD Jakes being someone who would they in their words they call him an extreme bottom.
What's
A
that
lot
Mm-hmm.
of
mean?
niggas.
Oh, he
I
be
mean,
taking it in that.
Yeah.
yeah,
Damn, TD be taking it in the.
yeah,
Yeah.
Come
man.
on, TD, nigga.
So
STD. My nigga
I
STD.
wanted to see y'all's point of view on this and how much truth do y'all think is uh how much truth do y'all find in these topics that we hearing now?
Um, as far as
Especially starting
ST,
with Diddy's sexuality. This ain't the first time he been accused of being gay.
nah. Like
I think you want me to go first? Because I already
Go
yeah,
know.
ahead.
I'm gonna tell you this. I think we seen clear evidence. I ain't gonna even say clear evidence. We seen red
clear
flags and
evidence.
signs of P Diddy, uh, lining up with the allegations and certain things. Even with the interview when I didn't see him, when he was on champs. What was it? Breakfast? No, drink champions.
Drink
On that
champs.
show when he was talking about Fabulous, calling him, daddy, and that was so uncomfortable
He said,
watching
but we
that.
ain't never party.
Yeah, and it was just like that was so uncomfortable. And all I'm saying is, dude, if you hearing all these rumors about you and stuff, you got to be on your game. You got to be sharp. And it seemed like to me that's just who he is. You know what I mean? So when I seen that, that was definitely some red flags to me. 50 Cent stories, you hear a lot of stuff. And now Cat Williams is coming out talking about certain with the boys from Criss Cross, the light skinned one that he was doing having stuff with. So it's a lot of that stuff coming into play when it comes to P. Diddy. I wouldn't put it past him. That's one of the reasons why I believe when we had this a month ago about the Cassie settlement, I believe that he was was guilty on some of those things. But another two things can be true at the same time. She could have just wanted some money too. I don't like the fact that she waited so long to even present this, but Here's another reason why that settlement could have been so fast, because Diddy is connected to higher powers. He's in another, you know what I'm saying, category when power, and she could have linked him to, like he's doing now, TD Jakes and a lot of these other powerful men in the industry. So you shut that down before it even create a bigger fire, because Weinstein, I think who's the one that got killed in jail and he was on the witness protection? Who's the one that got killed?
Don't give me
Uh,
the line. I don't know.
I think it was something like Weinstein was a connection. He was supposed to be the police was supposed to be watching him, and he supposedly hung himself. But again, he was the one that had the island with all the kids and all the presidents, and certain presidents was coming to visit him. He had a connection that was so strong that people, you know what I'm saying, they end up killing him because they didn't want him to spill the beans and you know and give out a lot of names. That's why I feel like that P. Diddy settlement was so fast, because you can get other people caught up when you when you get in some heat. So you know,
So
hey,
the pressure was on. Like she about to expose everyone at the party.
absolutely. And now
So they
TD
was
Jakes'
like,
name
man,
is
pay her
being
that money because she gonna tell her. They're gonna say who was there. She gonna say he was in attendance. They was in attendance. They what Cat Williams say back in the day, Professor Ogilvy.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean,
Because it's the
go ahead.
connections. You gotta, and let me say this last thing. It's the connections, because even with the show Predator, remember Catch a Predator? Now y'all remember the
Mhm.
story about Chris Hansen? He caught a guy. I think he was a judge. That was his last episode. The judge ended up committing suicide, but the judge was connected to other powerful men that was involved in the same thing. They counseled the
Mhm.
show. They counseled the show because of the people that he was connected with. That opened up the doors for a lot of other things. So they ended up canceling the show because of who he caught.
Mm.
Yeah, they canceled. They
Mhm.
canceled Arsenio Hall after he put Farrakhan on.
So what do y'all think? What do y'all see happening next? Like, do y'all think we'll ever get a figure out, not figure out, but ever find out the truth in these rumors, or y'all think it's gonna be one of those things that it's hot now, it'll die down, and it's just one of those things that people make memes about?
Are we gonna immediately see
Yeah.
spin control? We immediately gonna see all type of spin control and manipulative efforts. You know what I mean? We're talking about people that control the narrative for a lot of things. So you have to really pay attention to it. That we immediately going into that. First we gotta look for the distraction. Where's the next immediate distraction? That's the immediate thing. The distraction is gonna happen before we sweep it under the rug. Immediately change the venue. That's always the first one. They change the venue, take it out place to a small town. People not paying so much attention. We're gonna see that immediately. But it's going to be interesting to see who separate themselves from who, because that's what happens now. Hey, I can't work with you no more. You know, according to Dave, according to Dave. Remember, this was all to push promote P Diddy's album. That album's on the back burner now. Diddy got to
The
worry
album was
about being
fire, by
quiet
the
and
way.
not getting eliminated.
You said what,
The album was
Alex?
fire, by the way.
P.
Diddy's
Diddy's?
album, yes. That shit is fire.
We don't care.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Niggas worry about him being the booty warrior now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He
I'm
the
less
male
worried
version of
about that.
Superhead.
Yeah,
He the
I don't
male
pay
version of
attention to
Superhead.
his story. Yeah,
Crazy.
for me, nigga, I don't want to hear nothing about what happened with him being gay, if he is gay. Mark, like you said, I don't think that. All right, so we all from the hood, like niggas be just throwing Caspian aspersions on niggas. Like if you do something, he done such shit, but he never showed me that he was gay. Would I put it past him? No. Can I prove it?
Really?
No. No.
Call another man daddy?
He always talk like that. He be like, that's
A
just
Bruh.
lot of
to
niggas
him
say
that's
that.
slang. Yeah, that's
A lot of
not
niggas
that
say that though.
yeah, that ain't gay, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
It was the
And
way he said it though.
It's the way he delivered that
nah,
and
he
talking
talk like
to
that.
Cat.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Diddy always talk like that. And I think that he don't give a bro. Diddy done been through some shit, bro. I think
I get it.
you know what I'm saying? He's aware of the hate that comes to him, you know what I'm saying? And I think he tries to we gotta rise above it, big. I think he tries to rise above the hate. You know what I'm saying? So he know when niggas is hating on him when he do some shit he don't give a fuck, bro. You know what I'm saying? He don't give a fuck if y'all. But so I can't say like, oh, I always knew he was gay. But do I think he the type of nigga if he in the room in a freak off? Do I believe that do I put it past him? No, absolutely not. But I'm not gonna say
Right.
I knew he was gay. I don't do that to niggas. You know what I'm saying? I didn't see too many niggas in the
I
hood.
feel.
A nigga got a different walk or something. They be like, oh, he gay. And everybody just start running with it like, oh, he did this and just start making shit up. Nobody ever seen nothing. So
I get what you're saying. Not to cut you off, I get
yeah.
what you're saying from that perspective. You definitely gotta, have evidence sometimes. But I'm gonna tell you this, man. I've been out here, and most guys that I even went to school with, that they name was mentioned with being undercover. 9 times out of 10, they found it came out that they were gay.
Cause you
I
went to
don't think.
Independence, nigga.
Yeah, but I'm just saying. Hold on. Here's my thing, though.
Damn.
You
Yeah, I
went to
did. I
I
did.
High.
I did. I went to Independence, but here's my thing, though. Most people is not about to throw your name and say you
Oh,
gay, put
shit.
this rumor out on you if you're not
But how do they
affiliated
know
in that
though?
situation.
Like they have to be gay to know that shit. Like
That's my
gay
point.
niggas be lying.
Alex. That's my point. Most of
Yeah,
them, I'm talking about gay dudes saying he's
they be
undercover. He's
lying,
undercover.
bro. Did y'all ever know Nigel that used to be in the hood? Like, oh, hold on. Let me run and grab my battery real quick, y'all.
Damn,
Okay,
son,
all
you
right.
naming names, beloved.
Hey, we gotta move
I'm
on.
gonna
Let's
give it
move
away.
Nah,
on
but
to
hold
the.
on,
Are
check it
y'all
out.
You
familiar with
Nigel,
dropping
the
names.
Nigel,
Simone
Nigel.
Biles situation?
First of all, Nigel from my block. You know what I'm saying? He's being Poindexter. I can call, and he's passed away. You know what I'm saying? He got killed. You know what I'm saying? So I can say Nigel. Niggas know and ain't nothing with it. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let me grab this battery. Matter of fact, the camera about to die. So I might be
Okay.
blacked out for this, but let me grab make sure my laptop don't die.
You got the audio jumping though.
Hmm.
Y'all can keep going.
But yeah,
Yeah,
no,
I was saying we move into the Simone Biles. We can't hang up on Diddy's booty too much longer. Um, I'm not too familiar about that situation, so I might have to have y'all go ahead on it.
But
yeah,
Simone,
it's rare you find somebody that just want to call you gay and make a gay person just bring up gay rumors on you. They don't have to do that. 9 times out of 10, I didn't have people where I thought was straight as day, and it came out later. And I'm talking about 6 years, 7 years later that it was. And by the time it came out, you really didn't care. Just like, okay, he's been like that. He's been
Right.
keeping low. It's all been rumors. So even if it is, it ain't like it's gonna change nothing because it's been straight dudes that can bang. When it comes out, what you gonna do? Oh, you ain't my homie no more, bruh. That's not gonna change. The only thing is, I might not have my shirt off when I'm playing basketball on the court with you. That's the only thing that might change. But other than that, uh, it's a different time era now, man. You need to live your life and be free out instead of being undercover. But my name ain't about to be mentioned. I don't even
I
put
think
myself
it's
in that situation
I
for it to
think
be
it's because
mentioned.
I think it's such a big deal. It's because it's TD Jakes. You know what I mean? And you stand for you're a preacher.
Mm,
And I think that's why everybody's so like shocked. One, because I don't think Jakes and Diddy should even be in the same parties. Like
I know.
y'all don't party a
I
lot. Like so that
agree.
one brings up the suspicion of like, is what you're preaching to all these people and this message that you're putting out, is it authentic? That's where I think the problem is coming in at.
Yep, that was one of the things I said too. You nailed it on the head. If you preach and separate yourself from the world, preach the gospel, but yet you going
You
to
have to.
8 or 9 parties from P Diddy private parties. Something is going on in these parties for you to be going to them freely, And P
Mhm.
Diddy ain't gonna be saved no time soon. You know what I'm saying? So you got
according to
that's a
him,
real
according to
real.
them, according to him, he is safe. I believe that also. I believe that they're going to these parties and things are happening in their circumference, in their circle, or whatever,
Hmm.
and guilty by proximity or guilty by association for a lot of times.
Hmm.
I think that happens a lot. And I think sometimes niggas, I think like Cassie, I think she just succumbed to the pressure of the moments. And then, like I said, her moral compass kicked in like, oh, I shouldn't have done that. And I was coerced. You wasn't
Hmm.
coerced. You was there.
Yep.
That's what happened. You was there. And then the peer pressure happened. Then you took part. Now you
Yep.
may feel mad about it. That's what happened. I think Diddy's in the position where he's around rich, powerful, gay people.
Hmm.
And again, if you don't condone their behavior or if you don't condemn their behavior, they feel you're condoning their behavior. You may be there, but I don't give a fuck. That's them. But they be like, yeah, we was there, and there was wild shit going on at 17 men. Diddy was there too. Just
Mm-hmm.
cause you was there, nigga ain't trying to hear you say I ain't do nothing. No, nah, and you was there like I was in the yacht in Greece. What the fuck, like you know what I'm saying?
To my knowledge, she's the only one that's come forward and talked about these freaking. There are no other witnesses, and she hasn't even said
That
anything.
about the parties or his
Yeah,
sexuality.
like
Oh no,
people, the people
well,
like
they
Aaron
actually
Hall
said,
have come forward talk about he was screwing in front of Diddy. I've heard those stories where Diddy was fucking people, girls in front of. I've never heard anybody confirm that I've seen Diddy with a man outside of Cassie.
You know what
uh,
niggas have told me, son, and
And
being
we got
around
we
a
got
lot of
probably gotta
niggas.
wrap this up too because we done went off like about
Yeah, I feel.
He
You know what
admitted.
I've told?
yeah.
Being on tour with niggas or being in a room and hanging out with certain quote unquote rap niggas. Niggas like yo, high school on the intensified to glorified level. You know, you had to jump off in high school that was smashing the whole basketball team. Now she's smashing the whole label. You know what I mean? The level of thoughts, the level of sluts has increased. That's really what he said. Like, I mean, fucking Renee down the street, yo, that jump off everybody in the hood. The chick that jump off niggas in the hood now may be this person or maybe that person. She may be rich. This is just who she is now. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he described it to me. Like, man, you'd be surprised who get down, who get busy. And
Yeah,
he was talking about from the female perspective. Like some female have power trips. They don't want a nigga like Jay. They want a nigga like Leak or a lower nigga on the label because they want to be in control. You know what I mean? It is what it
yeah.
is. It all, like I
Nah,
said, it all come to light.
and like I said, I know those things happen, and I don't put it past them, but I just haven't seen anything to confirm it. And the reason I brought up Nigel is because that nigga used to be lying, talking about he messed with certain niggas in the hood and niggas beat his ass. People that beat his ass before for lying about that shit. I done knew a bunch of gay niggas that be lying, talk about they done fuck with niggas. You know what I'm saying? Like,
now how did
That's
you
a
know they were
nuclear bomb in
lying
that
though?
community.
huh?
How
That's a
did you know they
nuclear
were
bomb in that
lying?
community.
Because
You
he
have to.
admitted.
You know how hard it is to
Okay.
disprove. You know how
Yeah,
hard it is to prove you're hetero. You know how hard it is. Pause. Like a nigga be like,
it
"Yo,
ain't too
son."
hard. Just don't get
A well-known gay
fuck with
nigga be like,
women.
"Yo, I got that nigga." You know how you have to prove that. You have to then be willing to kill this nigga, son. And then niggas still be like, "Oh, why you mad?" Then they be like, "Oh, why you not mad?" You know how hard it is to just prove that shit, son. And I don't see mad shit, wild shit, DYS and juvenile shit. But you know, gay niggas, that's their power. Like say it,
Yeah,
not put out the rumor of, and then you gotta how you gonna just prove it for a lot of people? You can't
yeah.
just prove it.
And them niggas just
You
be
know what I
wanting
mean?
attention. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them just be
I
wanting
think that's what
attention.
it is. People,
Yeah.
you know how much
Currency,
attention
man.
you
We
get
know
for
that.
that.
Attention
Huh?
is currency, man. We know that.
Yeah.
Well,
So
P
all
Diddy
right,
getting
what's
a lot of
Currency.
attention and a lot of stories coming out on P Diddy. So I'm sorry,
yeah,
I
because there's
gotta
a lot of
believe.
money being thrown around too. So you know what I'm saying?
No,
Keep that in mind.
I get that. I get
Yeah.
that, but I just think a lot of celebrities wouldn't just be coming out saying this certain things about P Diddy just to be saying. And you just said Cassie is the only one. Cat Williams is now saying that he knows some connections with men as well. That's Cat Williams. So there's
Yeah.
some. That's two.
What back that would circle around to who are these men? How credible are they story? Did Cat Williams see it with his own eyes? Because if he ain't see it with his own eyes, I really don't care about his
No,
sources.
I get what you're saying, but I'm just
Yeah.
doubling up what you said. You only heard one. I'm just giving you two, and then you're gonna have
Right.
three and
Well,
four.
I'm
But
talking about
doesn't
eyewitnesses.
mean it's true or not.
Cassie is an eyewitness of a participant in a freak off where she said,
Mhm.
I didn't even hear, granted, I didn't read her whole thing. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
All I heard is her say that he paid prostitutes to fuck her. I didn't hear anything about him having sex with him. So to my knowledge, she's the only person that was actually in a room with one of these freak offs with another man was present and gave a detailed accountability, not a third party eyewitness. I heard from some gay niggas. Anytime somebody say that, I don't really pay them no attention because
What's
no
his name with the
disrespect.
umbrella? His story was out, or the umbrella that what P
Farnsworth
Diddy
Bentley.
came out. Yeah, they came out.
Farnsworth B.
They said Farnsworth was like that too. My thing is, there's too many stories connecting to P Diddy for we to be like, that's just rumors. Oh, that's another rumor. Oh, that's
What happened
another
with
rumor.
Farnsworth though? You know what I'm saying? We
No,
could
no,
say Farnsworth just because he looked how he dressed. You know what I'm saying?
no, no,
I
no.
don't know.
I'm
Yeah.
you don't hear
We
you
got to
didn't
get
hear
to the
all the
day of
stories though,
reckoning,
Alex. That's the reason
y'all.
why I'm
Yeah,
bringing
yeah,
them
yeah.
up. You didn't hear all of them. That is a
All right.
connection too. They said that P Diddy and Farnsworth had something. So that's
Son,
They
another thing.
said.
that
They
poor shit is
said.
polarizing, huh?
Jeremiah Wright. What's her name? Jeremiah Wright. I forget her name. She actually said something about
Jaguar.
Jaguar,
Jack
whatever. Yeah.
nigga, that's the worst. That's the worst person in the quote. She's fucking nuts. But anyway,
Her
all right,
But
let's
album
but
move
is fire
on.
but
though.
you get my point. We keep
Yeah,
bringing
Her
up
she
album is
wasn't
crazy.
there. I guarantee she wasn't there. for
Her
anything.
album
You know what
was
I'm saying?
crazy.
Yeah. All right. What we moving on to?
We was
Yeah.
gonna. I think we should skip over Simone Biles since we spent a little bit more time than planned on the Diddy and TD Jakes. But shoot, let's talk about Tank and his new properties he bought. That's now under fire after the day after he bought them.
All right.
Damn, son, what'd you say? Who's your insurance company?
Yeah.
Right. You think that's
Who's
what it
your
is? A
insurance
good
company?
case of insurance fraud?
Who's your company?
But see, that's
That
what King
Like
that's
a
what
good
King Ming was
neighbor?
saying. But to me, I'm just
Like
like,
a
man, this
good
nigga got too
neighbor?
much money to pull a broke nigga scam like that. Like, bro, what did he have? Like one row house? Like, that's not no
yeah.
money. You know what I'm saying?
What
He
he had,
talking
he
about a
bought the block. Like a
huh?
good neighbor?
Yeah.
How much you think he probably purchased all those? How
It
much
does.
y'all think?
He bought it for cheap, and now it's prime real estate, pre-demolished, pre-demo land.
Yeah.
I
Mm.
don't
All right,
think
let's
just
start
because
with
he bought them doesn't make the property value go up.
exactly. So, all right,
Yeah,
Niggas,
let
they
me
don't care
this is
about
slide.
that
crazy.
shit.
Yeah. So let
Niggas
me
say
ask y'all
buy
this.
the hood. Niggas buy the hood and charge the same thing as white folks.
Yeah.
Right.
Niggas
Exactly.
ain't
As you
So
buying the
what's
hood
should.
and making
the?
shit low income housing.
I
Niggas
don't
is
think
Yeah.
buying
that's
the
no
hood and
added
saying,
value.
It's supposed to be
In
on discount
actuality,
because
that
a
could
black person
be.
bought it.
huh?
It's supposed to be on discount because a black person bought it.
No,
What you
no, not
mean?
at all. But that's what people expect.
Yeah. So hold on, let's
They,
start with this because before we start talking about insurance fraud, let's make this make sense. How many properties did he actually buy? Because I don't know the answer to this. What did he
I
actually
don't
buy?
either.
You know what I'm saying? Because people be like, all right, if he bought like a whole land development worth like 15 million and that bitch burnt down, you know what I'm saying, or a commercial property and it burnt down. But if we're talking about like 4 row houses or something, insurance fraud is not even worth his time. You know what I'm saying? He got watches that cost more than what he's gonna make on that insurance fraud. So why do I don't think I think it's the case of some Baltimore niggas hating. You know what I'm saying? You coming back to the hood and somebody just like, oh nah, fuck that. Or some kids, like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas just see anything new in the hood, just want to tear shit down just because it's new and flashy or whatever. Or whatever he did. I'm not clear if he already rehabbed them or if he just bought them or what.
Did
But
you did you see the video, Alex? Did you see the
I saw
video
him
of the?
standing in front of some. I'm like, I posted it, so I saw him standing. I saw the speech. I didn't even listen to it. I just reposted it
Okay.
and said,
Well,
Javante, he
the
buys white
fire one,
black.
I thought I sent you the fire one. It was like only like 4 building rooms that was lit. It wasn't even the whole building. It was like 4 rooms that was on fire. So
Yeah.
is that does the insurance cover just like if you got to catch a fire in one apartment? Does that mean you get the insurance claim for all of them, or it's just you know what I mean?
The
So I don't know that.
damages.
Y'all can
Yeah,
educate
they're gonna
on me.
pay for the
I don't.
damages. You know what I'm
Okay, because
saying?
it was 4 rooms, so it looked like it was burning. Like they could have got that fixed, and it ain't gonna even take that much, to be honest.
Yeah. So that ain't no insurance, man. That's somebody probably a geek that used to live there or something. Somebody Saudi or
Yeah, it was
you
like
know what I
four
mean?
rooms that was on
Yeah.
fire.
it was a block of 9. He bought the block, and it was 9 houses, and it
Nine
was a
houses that was
small.
on
Nine
fire
houses.
It was 9 houses, but it was a small portion of what I mean, that
that
burnt.
burned. Like
Yeah.
four, I think it was like 4 rooms that I seen on the little fire part that his trainer showed. So
Yeah. I
that's
think
It
what
we
I
was
I
a
think
it
seen.
we
was a
could rule
block
out
of like 9
insurance.
houses. A lot of people say it was politically motivated. Some politicians did it.
Hold
You
on,
know what I
we
mean?
hold on. We keep how we get 9 and 4? What did you see 9? Because I seen four windows burning. That's why I
The
got 4.
block. He bought a block of 9,
Oh, got you. I got you. I got
and
you.
4 burned.
Okay, I
You
got
know
you.
what I mean? Four of the row houses, but it was a block of 9.
Yeah, that makes
You know
sense.
what I mean? I like to say that I'm really, really up on it ahead of it, but I'm cheap because I'm in front of a fucking computer. I like to be
Hey,
like,
that's
Yeah.
yo,
all
I'm
right
up on
though,
it
man.
right
It
now.
sounds good. You bringing
And
the
and
news
since
to us.
since and since I didn't do as much research this week as I planned on, I made sure I sat my fat ass in front of a fucking computer. That's why you keep seeing my eyes darting. Like, oh yeah, I know the fuck I'm talking about. You know what I mean?
We got 45 seconds for this one.
Uh, do
Listen,
you think do
it,
you think Devin Haney should use this as a tactic to say he burnt the apartments just to get the fight?
oh yeah, yeah.
Man,
In the
hell
crack
no.
session, everything's valid in the
Hell
crack
nah.
session.
Absolutely not, man. If you get to reaching
Yeah.
like that, man, I ain't even gonna fight you.
Hey,
Yeah.
you got to think. Hey, look, you got to
I'm
think
gonna let
about
you
it. I
go
think,
ahead and fight Ryan. I think he gonna fight Ryan that.
but I said this
Yeah.
about Terrence Crawford. I believe Terrence Crawford would have got the fight with Manny Pacquiao if he burned the Filipino flag. They would have forced
That's
Manny Pacquiao
different.
to
Listen,
fight.
what
That's
about Bob
different.
Irwin? What about Bob predict checking about 3 fights he believe could beat Tank? How y'all feel about that?
Hold on, we jumping. Say we got 2 seconds left. What's the
He
next
said that
subject?
he feel Bob Arum
They are
said he feel
reckoning
that
undercard.
Bob Arum
Dead
said he feel he
reckoning.
picked 3 fighters that
They are
he feel
reckoning
could beat Tank.
undercard.
All right,
He think three
yeah.
fighters that could be. We're gonna get into that. I didn't know that. I didn't hear him say that.
He
But
picked 3 fighters. He on what was that shit? Talk Sport, whatever interview. They said give me guys that beat Tank, and he picked 3 guys.
Yeah, I
He
saw
said
that.
all 3 I think would beat Tank. I really believe that, but that's why they do the fights. They get to determine who's better. I think Tank's the real deal, but I feel he's a hell of a performer. But I feel these 3 will beat him.
Yeah,
mm.
I saw him say that.
And he feel
All
like these
right.
3 will beat him. Shakur,
Yesterday's
Tiafimo, and Lomachenko.
I mean, that's a whole rabbit hole we had to jump into, man. We got to
We
touch
can
on
hit
the
it next week, man. Next week is gonna
Ain't
be
no next week. Anybody for
the last
is he right or
podcast
wrong?
of
Give
the
me a right or
year.
wrong. Give me a preview, Flight. He right or wrong?
There you
You said
go.
what?
Give me a preview. He right
Wrong
or wrong?
for Haney.
Nah, for Tank.
You said those are 3
Shakur,
fighters that he can beat.
Tiafimo,
That can
and
beat him.
Lomachenko.
Those are good fights.
Those are all good fights, but no, no, and no. Let's go to the
All right,
next
all right. We'll
let's
save it for
go.
next week. I just want one person to give me something. We'll save it for next week. I just want one person to give me something.
uh,
He's not, in
shoot.
my opinion, my little foreshadow. He's not 3 for 3 there.
I think so.
He's not three
Yeah.
for three.
All right.
I think people are sleeping on Tank's skill, man, and they're looking at him as a power fighter. He's not, man. He's just a very precise fighter. Like people don't
Yeah.
No.
even they don't see that, and his timing is like impeccable.
Hey man, let
Day
me
of
tell you something.
reckoning. Let's go this day of reckoning.
Right,
Let's
bruh.
go.
My
They're
nigga.
Let me
reckoning.
tell y'all
They're
something.
reckoning.
No, nigga. Let's
Tanks have
go.
bad
He
handling in the
said
street.
no.
No.
Tanks have bad handling in the street.
What?
All right.
Tanks
Okay.
have
Day
bad
of
handling, man.
reckoning.
I'd rather have a Ferrari.
Day of
There you
reckoning,
go.
bro. All right. Which one? Which fight we starting with?
I ain't see the Frank Sanchez one. I had got in late. My first
Frank
fight I
fought.
seen.
Yeah, we was the first fight. First fight. He
That
stopped
card
him in
was
the,
lit.
like the
I missed. Yeah, I missed the cut. That was a lit card. Who put that together? Oh my
man,
Man,
yeah, what's it called? Your Highness Turkey, whatever they call
yeah,
him.
they trying to
Whoa.
bring boxing to uh, uh,
Saudi.
uh, overseas, man. They trying to keep that. They put their foot in that one. They had motherfucker.
Whoa.
They had everybody on there.
He's
That
a
was
huge boxing fan. He just throwing money around. That complex he built is like worth a couple billion, and they built that bitch in like 3 months, bro. That compound is crazy out there. That nigga just throwing money
damn.
around. He trying to make all these fights, you know. But yeah, Frank Sanchez looked good, man. He looked sharp. It took him a little bit time to warm up. Once he warmed up, he got the KO, did what he's supposed to do, looks sharp. You know what I'm saying? It's
Who
time for him to get a top 5 fight, bro. He's ranked number 1 and 2 in a lot of these sanctioning bodies, top 5. It's time for him to get a real matchup. You know what I'm
who was
Yeah,
saying?
that? Who had that first
it's
round
time to put some
knockout?
respect on his name. I agree. It's time to put some respect on his name. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
We had this
He
discussion
put himself in a
before.
position now that we need to see. Like, yo, are you really good? Put himself in that
yeah,
position. It's time to see now. Let's put some respect on his name and see what he's about. Let's give him some attention.
I think he gonna show up and deliver us about who and win.
yeah,
I think that was a good platform. I don't think too many people seen that actual fight, but just like uh, I noticed that these promoters are really doing a good job of. God damn, these promoters are doing a good job of putting their guys in position. Like, and I don't want to name drop, but Dubois, man, he looked solid against Miller,
yeah.
and I think his promoter put him in the right space to get back to that climb back up.
Yeah, he
Mm.
fought.
That's last two
He caught
fights.
I
Miller at the
agree.
right time too. Miller actually had a decent game plan. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to tire the boy out. The boy was using his legs, and he'd get up on. He was using that fury where he get up on. He put his weight on him. You know what I'm saying? And try to pick him apart. But he just been out the ring too long. he wasn't sharp enough. And Dubois was strong. Got a stoppage with like 13 seconds left in the 12th. That shit
Man, I
was
wish I
crazy.
would have bet on that.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
honest. I don't think the safe bet was to go the distance. I don't know if I wasn't expecting Dubois to get Miller out of there, but Miller. Let's
Nah.
be honest. Miller helped him. Miller dropped his hands. It was Tutton, and that's when he got hit with some real solid stuff. He was pretty much.
He
He
was
could have just
tired.
made it to the. He could have
Yeah,
made it.
it's
Yeah, he was
tired.
tired,
Yeah,
but
he
he was
came in
Tutton too.
330. 330. He been out the ring, what, 2 years? Nigga, I thought I knew
He,
he was
no,
gonna
he had,
gas out. Huh?
yeah, he been out. I know he had an active fight. He got a fight not too long. His part was a year ago. I didn't know it was 2 years. I
Nah,
know
he
he had
been
a
out
fight.
for a minute.
He been out for a grip, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to
He
look
did.
that
He
up
did
because I
have.
know
I
he
know
had.
what fight you talk about. I just can't remember how long ago it was. It felt
Right.
like it was like 2 years
I,
ago.
yeah,
You
I
know what
thought
I'm
it was a
saying?
year, bro.
It might have been. That's still a long time, and to come in
Yeah, yeah.
330. You know what I mean?
I
But
don't
the
even
fight
think it's
before that
that.
was,
I think it
huh?
was more. My bad, not to cut you off, Alex. I didn't even think it was that. I think it was more of his confidence where he don't have those pills. He can't take or
Ah,
shots. I'm
oh,
serious. I think
yeah,
mentally. I remember I was talking to somebody about this when I was in high school. I used to always have I used to wear earrings, big earrings, and I felt like I ain't had no swag. I couldn't holler at the chicks if I didn't have these dark earrings in my ear. Once
yeah.
they was taken out, it was just like my confidence level, like, man, ain't no need. But you know what I'm saying? You have to pick that up and be like, go with it. You know what I'm saying? And I think mentally, him not having those steroids, he's tested positive 3 times. That lets me know that that man don't believe in himself. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So going into there, I wasn't expecting him to win against Dubois at all. I don't care if he was active. I just didn't think he was going to perform that way. He did fight better than I thought he did, but at the end of the day, Dubois did what he's supposed to do. I don't think Miller will ever be the same because he's not allowed to
That's true.
cheat
I
the
think
system.
that's a great something to think of and look into. The psychological effects of steroids and PEDs is huge. Like the
Mm-hmm.
belief I'm better because of, you know what I mean? I saw
Mm-hmm.
sometimes kids lift weights, and I'm not making them stronger. They believing that they're stronger, so they rebound a little harder because they're like, "Well, I work out too." You know what I mean? Like, no, I ain't got time to get you to where you believe you at, but if you believe yourself there, yeah. So I do agree with that. I think he is suffering from those effects, almost a PSD, post PTSD in a certain way. Um, I agree. I think he's done. I think he's
Who,
done. You know, the thing
Miller?
about layoffs aren't as bad as people proclaim they to be. If you're very active during a layoff, you know what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Every sport has a layoff. There's an off season for every sport. You know what I mean? That's why you go to your training camps and you go to the so and so. People act like boxing, like you have off season. That's their off season in a sense. Um, I feel as a trainer, promoter, you have to train and prepare for these layoffs. How are we going to go about these layoffs? What are we going to do on these layoffs? How are we going to have an active layoff? You know what I mean? To where we're not starting from ground zero. These guys act like they never fought before.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Andre Ward's like, I run 2 miles every day, irregardless. You know what I mean? And it's like these guys don't have that. They get fat. They look weird. They don't even look like athletes no more sometimes. But for
Spence.
that guy, yeah, it's the side effects of the lack of the juice.
What about what y'all think about that Arthur Bivol fight?
I thought.
The Arthur Bivol fight.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought Bivol looked real good, like especially early. You know what I'm saying? He ran out of creative ways to try to get him out of there. But as far as his speed and power, I thought he looked better than he did against Canelo, to be honest. Like he looked faster. You know what I'm saying? He was popping. I'm like, damn, Bivol, all right. Like, you know what I'm saying? And going into the fight, I was hating. I was around a bunch of people, had motherfuckers at my house, and people. I was like, damn, Bivol, look, nigga, yeah, like, I
He
What
looks.
about Arthur though? Like, did y'all expect for him to finish the fight? You
yeah,
know,
kind of.
despite
I've seen.
No.
I watched Arthur fight
despite Bivol
before.
not being the finisher.
Yeah, it,
I wanted to see Bivol finish. I really was anxious to see that. That's
Yeah.
what I wanted more than anything else. I wanted to see him finish, make a statement, and reignite the flame for the non diehard fans. That's what I wanted from Bivol. I wanted Bivol to put a shock and make a statement. He made a great technical statement. He made a great statement for me and for the people, you and all of us. But I wanted to see him make that statement for the guys just watching. That's just I ain't got nothing to do. I'm at the fight party.
Right.
That's what I
And get
wanted.
him up out of there. I bet money
Yeah.
on that he was gonna finish him before. I bet on the under, and it was under 10.5 rounds. I bet on
Mm,
that, and I bet on him to get the TKO or knockout finish.
mm.
Yeah. I mean, it
Mhm.
was it
I
was a
thought
bunch
they
of
said he hasn't had a finish, and he hasn't stopped the fight early in 6 years.
Wow, really? Who you talking
yeah,
about,
yeah, they
Bivol?
did say Bibble hasn't had to stop it. He ain't
Well,
never
I
been no big
wonder.
puncher though.
I
That's
know.
why
I
that's what
wonder.
made the huh?
I wonder if his last stoppage was my boy Samuel Clarkson out of Texas. I wonder if that was his last stoppage. That is crazy because
Real quick, we got a
Samuel.
question. We got a question from Abdul Rahim. Do you think Dubois versus Joyce 2, Joshua versus Parker 2, Bivol versus Better BF, Canelo versus Benavidez, Haney versus Tank, Hergovich versus Caballero, Crawford versus Canelo in 24? We can't answer all of those, but I think,
Woo, he got some
Let me
matchups.
let me start from the beginning. That'd be an
yeah,
amazing 2024.
yeah. Shout
Woo-wee.
out to
So
Abdul.
Will
let's
it
Good
be
let's
question,
ask
bigger
sir.
than
the
Hey, shout
boxing
2022?
out,
gods to
bro.
let's ask the boxing gods to make that happen. Because that'd
Yeah,
be a crazy 24.
I'm
yeah.
I
Now
think a
selfish.
couple of them don't belong.
shit don't
I,
happen.
Yeah, well,
it's some
Joshua
good.
Parker too. I don't really want to see that. Parker didn't. Parker.
Yeah, that's it.
Let
That's
Listen,
okay,
exactly what I was referring
and
listen,
to
and
listen,
too.
man, listen.
yeah,
We all want to see Michael Jordan and LeBron and Kobe in the same team. It's okay to dream.
nah, yeah. Well, Joshua Parker ain't a good analogy for them two. That's like Parker. Wilder made
I'd be
Parker
more
look
inclined to
good.
see Wilder and Joshua than that.
Yeah, Wilder. Let's
That's
transition because we already went over for the undercard. We might as well get into Wilder, man. Because
Hey,
speaking
hey,
of
hey, hey,
Parker, yeah.
hey, Marcus, who wins? Who wins? Who had the better surprise, Parker or Asim Rockman?
So all
you
right,
said.
did y'all attribute that win to Parker what he did, or was it Wilder not doing what he was supposed to do?
I
Listen,
think Wilder got exposed, man. I think Wilder, he still hasn't improved as far as a boxer. And I think once he didn't have nothing in his bag outside of throwing that 1-2, and when it didn't work, he got that stupid look on his face that he always get when what he's doing is not working anymore. And then now you got somebody who's a puncher and that can motherfucker that can take your punches and it throw him back. And I think that it was just one of the things he couldn't do. I like his response after the fight. You know what I mean? He definitely. I was proud of his speech after the fight than his performance in the fight, personally.
Yeah, I will see. My thing with Wilder, man, I think he probably escaped from the game plan that they had. How many jabs did you see him throw in that fight?
He does that every fight. He
But he
always
could have,
aborts the plan, abort
but
mission
exactly
every
because
trip.
he
His last three
reversed.
fights,
Yeah,
outside of his last fight, his three fights before, he'll
he
start with a
reversed.
jab and then pull back.
But it's like
Wilder's jab exists 2 rounds. By round 3,
That's
you're
it.
never going to see it again. He swear, you know what? Wilder's hard headed. At this point, he just doesn't want to learn. At this point, I don't even feel like he's not being taught. He's being taught the right thing to do. He just don't want to do it. He's the I'm nice. You can't teach me. That's what I'm getting now. You can't teach me nothing because I am who I am. Regardless, I got this heavy right hand. So no. Wilder has that 2 round jab. Weather the storm for 2 rounds, and after that, okay, hands drop. He gets angry and starts swinging for the fences.
yeah, it's
Like
one of those things. Like,
Wilder
oh
had a
yeah,
chance to
yeah,
take over the world. He had the world stage last night. He had a worldwide stage in the $1 billion facility with a billion. He had everything, opportunity to make the statement of a lifetime.
Yeah.
Because
I
Mm-hmm.
think he
if he
got
has a great
his
performance,
best days were left 2 years ago. His last two fights with
no, what,
Fury. I think that was the best of Wilder. I think he's on his decline. Y'all gotta remember how old this man is. We're expecting something that's not gonna happen.
but
Just
check it
like
out.
the
Do you
Howard
think it
don't
was
get
more
old.
physical or mental though? Because if you watch the media workout, me and Mark talked about this. Wilder looked good. He looked super
Mm-hmm.
fucking sharp in that media workout. He was jabbing. I'm like, all right, I
it's
see the
easy to
game
look
plan.
like that.
But
It's
but from
easy to look like
yeah,
that.
but even for
No,
him
that
though, I'm
was
saying for
impressive looking.
it
That
was
was like
impressive.
we didn't see him plenty of times in media where we be like, okay.
Yeah.
That one I seen because he told me about it. I wouldn't seen it after he told me. And I was like, Oh, I see exactly what he's talking
He
about.
looked like a
It's
real fucking boxer.
yeah, it was eye
You know what I'm
catching.
saying?
It was definitely eye
Yeah.
catching.
And after that,
It was
he
deceiving. We put it like
forgets.
that.
He
Very
Yeah.
gets
It's
deceiving.
deceiving,
he gets in the ring
exactly.
and forgets. I've never seen Wilder inching backwards. Never. But this fight, by the third round, he's inching backwards. He's showing hesitancy. He
He
just doesn't
circled the
remember.
whole fight. He circled literally.
It's
Yeah.
like he
Uh,
gets in the heat of battle and forgets what he's taught. That's what I'm seeing now. He's like,
Yeah.
oh
That's
well,
the part.
well, oh well,
That's
turn up the
spot
right
on
hand,
right
turn up the
there.
right hand.
You know what I'm saying? He get in the battle and forget what he's taught. And I think he just like at the end of the day, like he'll get on the mitts and he can go through all the motions with Malik Scott. But when he get in the ring, he like, yeah, I still got this fucking right hand. Let me just, you know what I'm saying? The game plan goes out because he know he can end the fight at any moment. So he start concentrating more on that than sticking to the game plan because he know he got that cat in the bag. But you know, everybody ain't going for that. But even if you wanted to do that, he wasn't throwing the correct right hand. Like he kept throwing a looping right hand instead of the Brazil right hand. Like that straight
He was
right hand,
getting
that Dominic
hit.
Brazil right hand was what was open all fucking night. I'm
He
like,
was
nigga,
getting hit with looping right hands.
yeah, cause he don't work on his defense. This is why I troll
I mean,
Malik
how the
Scott.
fuck? Listen, I got one eye and I'm 87 years old, and you couldn't hit me with that punch.
Yeah, that
He
punch is
was hit. I mean, this
undefeated in
guy
the
was
hood though.
throwing
I
it.
ain't gonna hold
He
you.
was tying his shoes, standing up and swinging.
That
You might
dugout
as well have
looping
been like,
right.
"Oh, you can." You
That's the
might as well have
club
been like,
shot.
"Oh, you can."
Yeah. I mean, but you know, the nigga need to work on his defense, man, flat out. Like I told Marcus, like I done trolled Malik Scott since he got with him. I'm like, man, stop trying to make this nigga think he Floyd Mayweather on the mitts. You don't even need to work on his offense on the camp. Work on him when he backs up. Every time you step to Wilder, bro, he drops his hands and pushes out, like trying to stop you in your chest instead of,
Mm-hmm.
using proper defense. That's the fucking problem. You know what I'm
Somebody need to
saying?
dig up Emmanuel Stewart. We need the
Yeah.
ghost of Emmanuel Stewart.
I
Something.
We
think
need to,
I'm gonna double back what Flight said. She's absolutely right. When we're talking about Wilder, seeing the same thing, it was the game plan was out on him. I won't say he's been exposed to what you have to do, but we saw this years earlier before he actually got to the Tyson Fury. If you notice, every fight that he went the distance with, except for Stavern, he was losing those fights. I mean, Ortiz. I mean, we can go on, and he would save the day with that right hand. But we would sit
Yeah.
there and say, "Oh man!" I mean, even with Gerald Washington, maybe he was losing Gerald Washington fight.
Yeah.
He was losing against Gerald Washington. He caught him. Um, you start to notice certain things like he needs to work on before he get to a situation like Tyson Fury or a Parker. But Parker, to me, it wasn't even about him being exposed. He just didn't let his hands go as much either. He didn't take risks. And I think at the end of the day, the game plan with Wilder is you got to be in his chest. And like Alex was saying, the man tried to extend. He put his hand. He don't have no defense at all.
At
So
all.
that would be the game plan against a guy like that, against a puncher. Majority of the punchers, you go in the kitchen with them because that's when they think, oh man, you up in here, and he don't
Right.
have the skill set like most other punchers who do have skill set. But Triple G, those type of guys, you go in the kitchen with them, push them back. And I think Wilder, a lot of guys who are skillful are starting to do that now. Lanius tried to do that, but he somehow caught him with a lucky shot in the first round when he was going backwards. That was impressive.
Mhm.
But again, we didn't have time enough to say we seen a different Wilder because it was a one shot in the first freaking round with 40 seconds, I think. So we didn't
Yeah.
really have enough data, enough footage to say what what he improved on. He just hit him with a good shot. So I do agree. It's tough, man. Just watching that, it definitely was tough seeing him just not take that many risks. He revert back to thinking of Tyson Fury. What was going on? You know what I mean? So that it's a mental game. To me, it's more about the mental.
hey,
Yeah. That's
But
why I asked. That's why
Wilder
I asked,
lost the
was he
eyes.
shot mentally or physically? You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Wilder lost the eyes. Fights like he lost the eyes. That's what he
you said
did.
what?
Aggressive and yes, he lost the eyes. He's from everywhere. Like you say, he's been exposed. But to know what people want to do and did, I don't know. For lack of the fuck, it's a sign of stupidity. That's a sign of laziness. To do to do exactly what you know they're gonna do, then you're unprepared. And that's the level of stupidity. or just
Mhm.
naivete or whatever. But come on, man. Parker said, "Yo, this is the anti-Deontay Wilder playbook," and went from page 1 to page 10. Didn't deviate, didn't change, and did nothing. How you unprepared for them to do exactly what everyone says they're gonna do? It's not like he was like, oh, he was tricked or bewildered or nothing. He was like, he said, "Yo, this is common knowledge of how to defeat you."
Yeah, well, the thing is, he got it from Fury. Fury told him how to beat. He said he's like, we worked with Fury. Fury gave me the game plan on how to beat Wilder. And if you pay attention, he did exactly what I told you that people do that can be successful. He stepped to him through that right hand because he know he's going to drop his guard on that defense. The same shit Fury did. And avoid
Mhm.
that right hand, he just slipped it low. Because Wilder, he's not smart enough to throw the right hand low, knowing that you're going to slip him. He's still going to throw that wild shit. You know what I'm saying? He don't. His ring IQ is horrible. You know what I'm saying? So
Terrible.
Mhm.
Parker,
That
Parker,
nigga's
Parker did the same shit Fury did. That's how he was able to land that same fucking punch, and he kept
how
landing them.
tall was Parker? 6'3", 6'4"? Like he's nowhere
Yeah,
near
he's
his
six
height.
three or 6'4". Yeah, one of them
He's
two.
nowhere near his height.
I'm gonna say this though. I do. I think it's the end of a good era we seen with Wilder. I think it probably is the end of an era. I do still would love to watch the AJ and Wilder fight, the build up, and I think we owe that. They owe that fight to us. That's how I look
I
at. They
Where,
think that's
where's
both
what
his
say
they
era
set
ranked at?
up.
they
I think
owe
that's
that
what
fight
they
to
set
us.
up.
Does he
Win or lose,
does he
I
have a
think
top
that's what
10
we're gonna
rank?
see. And I think
Where's his
win or
era?
lose,
Where does
Wilder
his
will
era
be
rank at?
through after that.
Where does Wilder's era rank at? End of his era or quickly ending? Where's the era rank at? Is it a top 10 era? Is it a
But
top 10 reign? Or what is it? Like
no, it might not. It's. I think it's more. That's a good question. I think because he brought heavyweight boxing back. We had already skillful heavyweights before Wilder, but they was not entertaining. Klitschko reigned for 10 years, a
Most
decade,
boring
and
era of boxing,
no one,
heavyweight boxing
no one
ever.
cared. No one
yeah,
cared. He
no one cared.
reigned. No one cared. Wilder came and made boxing and heavyweight boxing exciting again, and he made us interested in it. So we can never take that away from him. Uh, I don't know if we will ever see another heavyweight like him in a while, man. When it comes to really deadly, just punching power and scary, But at the same time, I just think it's the run is over now. It's like he ain't the boogeyman. When I look at Tyson, when Tyson started to lose, we started to see one after another. Roy Jones, his first
Let me
knockout, we
let me
start
ask you.
seeing
I'm gonna
Suge
say
Knight.
because I'm gonna ask Alex
punch.
that. Where does
What
where
up?
does Wilder rank in our hood heavyweight champions?
The hood. I mean, we've been
You know,
disappointed
we
with the
still we
nigga
still
too
Tyson's
many
name is
times,
still
bro.
used in the
Yeah.
hood. Like yeah, they got like you know what I'm saying?
Cause
Where is he
somehow,
as
even
one of
what
our hood
Tyson
great?
went through, he gracefully bowed out. Tyson, as much as he fucked up, we don't have one thing to just be disappointed with the nigga at. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
no fight where we're just like, oh yeah, that's when I was done with Tyson. You know what I'm saying? Wilder is like every fight is like, I'm done with this nigga, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know what I
Well, no.
mean?
Hilarious. His last fight, he gave us something to be excited about. I mean, he still got a knockout. He's still one of the most devastating. He probably would be on the list as the most.
Nah, but
But this the
he
hood
doesn't
though.
galvanize the hood. He doesn't like he said he don't galvanize the hood. He's not gonna
Yeah.
be, I think, as remembered in the hood as much. Like from the business aspect, where does Wilder's reign rank as a business from the business person? Or you is that a reign that you want to capitalize on? You want to mimic it from a business standpoint?
As Wilder, or
Yeah, Wilder.
Oh, she got disconnected.
Like
What do you? What you
what I mean
asking?
is like you did a great job, Mark, to tell you how his people remember. You know what I'm saying from the boxing point. Alex, from the hood standpoint, how we remember this, I asked Alex, you told how you gonna be from the boxing, his era from boxing, and from our purest standpoint, us. Now, so he spoke on it from the hood. How you gonna be remembered from the hood? And I want Flight to speak on if she comes back. How we remember that as the business aspect? Would his era be used as a business model? Like you can use Tyson's era as a business model. This is how to still get money and still use your name years down the line. See, Mike
Yeah.
Tyson go to Africa right now do a speaking engagement for $200,000. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
I think
Mike Tyson still
Wilder
accepted
could
in the
definitely
hood.
still
The
capitalize
business
on that
model
because
is Flight. Will you use Wilder's era as a business model to promote a heavyweight?
I don't think he has that much.
See,
I
so
think
he's lacking two of the three things. So Alex, great. Alex said his hood remembrance ain't gonna be great. His business model ain't gonna be that either. Outside of his us from boxing purists, like my brethren said, we're not gonna remember him. We
No,
don't use
yeah.
his
I mean,
business model
I
like yo.
think I
when
think
you
his
got
highlight of his
devastating
career
knockouts, you
was
always
those
gonna be.
fights, those 3 fights with Fury. I think that's it. I mean, we watched him punch his way to the top, especially with a late starting career. But then when it's like the fights that mattered, he couldn't deliver. You know what I mean? And I think that's where the
I think
legacy kind of
Stavern
stopped.
was a fight. I think Stavern was a fight that mattered. I think Ortiz was a fight that mattered. I won't say every fight. They tried to say that about Tyson too. I think Tyson had some meaningful fights that he did win, but they tried to paint that same picture. But I get what you're saying. I think the biggest stage was Tyson Fury. He did not delay. He got to draw the first one, and then the other two was pure domination. You know what I mean? But I wouldn't say that he didn't deliver on the big stage sometimes because he did. He was on pay per view getting knockouts too. Ortiz.
Yeah,
That's he.
definitely,
Yeah, Ortiz
definitely.
was definitely delivered. It's easy to go in
Yeah,
hindsight and downplay that fight, but before that fight, he was not favored to win by a lot of people, including me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a Wild.
Yeah.
I fuck with Wilder, but that night I was Team Ortiz because that's my dude, man.
Right.
Those two
Ortiz was a
nights,
boxer. He had Ortiz to
yeah,
this day still had better skills than Wilder, but that's
man,
what made Wilder who he is, especially. He's the
yeah,
story in the Bible. He's the guy that had this punching power that most freaking heavyweights take steroids to get. You know
right,
what I mean? They tried to get this, and not only does he have it, but he took it, and he didn't have that much skill set, and went all the way to the top. It's hard to do that, to be
right.
just a puncher. So his story, they're gonna make movies about Wilder years to come, man. Just watch.
We'll
It's
see.
definitely, yeah. I think so. I think his story is
Yeah.
definitely unique in a way where it's gonna be stories. You know what I mean?
All right.
A movie.
Well, speaking of unique stories, we got another fighter that started late, Anthony Joshua,
Mm-hmm.
Olympian, who had a fight against former Tyson Fury opponent Otto Wallen. Um, what did y'all think about that fight? Was it what was supposed to happen? You were impressed? He had a new coaching as well. I can't remember the guy's name. His new coach. He's no. I'm not sure if he's cutting ties 100% with Derek James. It was a short camp, and he said he needed someone that was in the UK to train with that was closer than Derek James. So, what are y'all thoughts on what you saw?
I was impressed by his performance. Go ahead, Marcus. I'll go after you.
Oh, I think he did what he was supposed to do, and I always give props to that when you do what we expect you to do. He didn't have some ups and downs. I think AJ Denard had 2 losses, but he's able to bounce back and get a consistency going. 1 and 2 wins, he's on them up. We didn't see that with Wilder. So, when you're doing the comparison, it seemed like AJ is handling his defeats a little bit better than Wilder, which is a surprise because I still think AJ has some mental games you can play to get the best of him, in my opinion. I still think you can get in AJ's head, but he bounced back. Now, as far as when it comes to the trainers, it's hard to give credit to some of these guys when you bouncing to this camp and you bouncing in this camp and you ain't really giving no identity. Like, how can I give this new trainer any credit? I didn't really see anything that say, oh man, he's doing this and this because he's got a new trainer. We go through that on the amateur rankings here in Ohio where I done seen Team Cartel. They got some kids that won 8 national championships. Go to another gym and keep winning. They done won 3 at the new gym. But do we credit the new gym that they won 3 national champions, or he still got that 8 national champions in the original gym? You see what I'm saying? Like, what are y'all doing differently? He's still doing it. So, you go back to the original. I just don't think the training to this fight was enough. We got to see more than just a new trainer and say, oh, AJ won because of this new team. I think AJ, a lot of that, I give 90% to AJ for being able to still go out there and perform with new people in this corner. That's not really that easy to do sometimes.
Yeah, and you attribute a lot of that to fighting the old sparring partner who you had over 50 rounds with. Somebody you're
Mm-hmm.
very familiar with. Him and Otto Wallen, they've sparred a lot. They're very familiar. He knew what he was walking into. He knew
Mm-hmm.
exactly how to beat him, and he knew he was going to beat him. So it's like I was, the counter punching was impressive, but it's easy. You see how a fighter, when they're relaxed and they know that they can beat somebody, they can bring out some of their best attributes. So, it was partially impressive, but some of it I'm like, yeah, okay. I knew what I was looking at. You know what I mean? And I expected it. You know what I'm saying? King Jomo, AJ. Bro froze.
He ain't paying attention.
He ain't froze. He dozed. He's staring into space, man.
Right.
Nigga having
Who y'all want to see AJ fight next?
a stroke. He having a mini stroke. Huh?
I don't know if y'all can hear me. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, now we can.
No, you can't hear us.
Right. That nigga's.
No, I am paying attention. I'm looking at y'all. I'm looking at it on the computer too.
Okay.
I am. I'm looking.
Thought you was glitching. Bro was
Yeah,
glitching for a
that's so
minute.
funny, man.
All right, AJ, what you think about the AJ performance?
No, I am paying attention.
Damn. Okay.
That TV hella behind. These niggas still glitching, bro. Wake up, nigga. What you think about the AJ?
I don't know.
And now
He all over
out.
the place, man. He all over the place, man.
Flight, did you expect on what you saw, Flight, with AJ?
I was impressed. I didn't what was his last fight? Remind me of AJ's last fight.
Hellenius.
I want to say I seen improvements. His footwork looked really good, and I see him turn on that killer instinct. Like I said, he had. I don't know if it was because of his opponents or I don't know if he had a different aura about him before he lost to Ruiz. You know what I mean? Like he was just like a dominating fighter, and I sensed that I hadn't really see him go out and dominate. And
he was relieved.
I feel like, huh?
No, I said he was
feel like
relieved.
I watched him dominate. He went in there with a whole different level of confidence, and I see like at first I thought he was going to be on his decline. In actuality, we could go back and I remember saying that I wasn't impressed by his win last time. When we talked about and yesterday I was impressed.
Okay.
I'm like it looked sharp, his footwork, the way he put his punches together, and I like I said I see him getting better, and I wouldn't like I said maybe that time with Derrick James made a difference because like we said before, I want to say we was all in agreement that we weren't impressed by the win, and now fighting somebody who it wasn't a 50-50 fight by any means, but it shouldn't have looked like that.
I think it was the perfect opponent to fight before you get a big fight like Wilder. I think he had like Alex said, it was a sparring partner where you already been in the ring with him, for a long period of time. So, it's crazy that they always look damn near good when it's a sparring partner. If you look at history, Wilder, Malik Scott, and Hernelius, they always look good when you put that sparring partner in there. It's like, ooh, you know what I mean? So, but I definitely see what you're talking about, though. He did what he's supposed to do. It's still pressure. It's pressure.
Who's next for him? Who's next for AJ?
I still like Wilder. I still think that's a money grab overseas. Hell
if not Wilder, then who?
Zhang.
Zhang. We got Zhang is in the picture. Zhang Hrgovic. I definitely don't want to see Parker too.
No.
And shit, why not? When do Usyk and Fury fight? February. He could sit around wait for it. They got 2 fights though, so he gonna have to fight somebody in the meantime.
You gonna have to stay busy, busy. But have to stay busy. There's some fights out there though. There's some fights out there left. It's just I think at the end of the day, these heavyweights are toward the end of their careers now. So I mean, Usyk is still going to be there. I think Jared Anderson and a couple of these other heavyweights got a Frank. They're gonna have to start stepping up. We got to start seeing these other heavyweights get their names in the mix and keep it exciting. Because trust me, it can definitely go. Heavyweight boxing can definitely go back to where it used to be. Easy.
That's what I was gonna say. After last night, do you think that was the motive is to get these heavyweights active and get them back to historically being boxing being dominated by heavyweights?
Man, sure.
Yeah, I think that's the whole plan of what they call him, Turkey. I think that that he built that complex. He wants the biggest fights of the the best of the best. I mean, Anthony Joshua and Wilder were supposed to be next. You know what I'm saying? So they're not playing. They set that card up strategically. Some of these guys that won on this fight are going to fight each other. The next time they do this. A lot of these guys that fought on the card will be fighting each other. So I mean, I love what they're doing. This, huh?
I said that background loud. I don't know
you got the TV up. You listening to the broadcast through the TV?
Who listening to the broadcast through the TV?
King Joe.
Oh, you got to turn that down and hit the mute button, man.
Like
turn your radio down. Turn your radio down.
Bro,
he don't hear us.
I know. He listens through the TV.
Dude, I gotta get up out of here, y'all.
Yeah, me too.
So there was a good episode for sure. Next week is the last episode of the year, man.
Now
we
y'all
gotta
fucking
talk about
can't
the
hear
greatest
me.
year in boxing.
I had to listen there because I couldn't hear here.
Yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, we about to wrap it up. You said, what'd you say, Flight? Next week is the
I said, man, we gotta go in, man, to talk about the greatest year in boxing, the greatest fighter, the best fighter of the year and fighter of the year. We gotta give out these awards.
For sure, that's dope. Yeah, we got
the Bookie Award.
I definitely
the greatest episode.
I definitely want to hear Alex say Devin Haney's the fighter of the year. That's gonna be beautiful to see.
Not when Terrence Crawford fought in that year.
We gotta break it down.
Yeah, we gonna get into it, man. It's been real, man. We had our brother Mark back, man. Hopefully we get you back more. You know what I'm saying?
Man, you're gonna have to report live from the trap, man. Get one of them things, them iPhone holders that hold it in your face.
Some bathroom content. That's what it's gonna be.
There it is, man.
Yeah. So, all right, y'all. We tap in next week, man.
All right, for sure.
All right, peace.
Y'all have a good holiday.
You too.
Yeah.
From the Fight Bookies.
Fight Bookies.
Yeah.
Peace.